know how you guys are feeling, but I'm pretty worn out mentally. So I decided to do a quick little reading. We have 3 cards coming out, and the first one is represented by the broken arrow. It says, embrace the energy of peace. So you guys have probably been going through certain broken stages in your life. It could be relationships or jobs or any projects that you have taken upon yourself to do. And it's asking you to reassemble your gear and refurbish your arrows to truly make the mark of peace instead of quarreling. So you might have been having arguments with people around you because it feels like there's a broken piece of something inside of you, an arrow that struck you in one of your centers. Somebody was making their mark and hitting the target here with the broken arrow. Or you could have been the one that saw the signs and intercepted the energy and you broke the arrow. So either way, you're right now currently embracing the energy of peace, which means however the situation has turned out to be in that specific moment, you're definitely now embracing that dissipation part where you're coming back into your internal peace. Next card we have is Stag. It says trust and thrive next to the Shaman, trust in higher forces. So we have a lot of trust that follows this um, gaining of peace. 222 on the clock. So the underlying energy with the guardian angel, and there's this depiction of the sun, the moon, and the all-seeing eye forming this trinity. So for some of you, there's probably a factor in this story, what other people like to call third party, which can be anything that interferes the especially communications, because my throat chakra is being blocked. There's always gonna be a third party if there is no source between two people trying to come into balance day in and day out. So the divine is asking you, sorry, I need to cough. You're clearing your throat as well to communicate something very important, part of your path that has been very unexpressed for a long time. There's some things inside of you, some forces, some light that wants to thrive. It's asking you to do everything in your power to start working on you thriving, whatever that means for you. So if you have been less than thriving, so feeling really murky and muddy and just unmovable and heavy energy, big changes, drastic changes in your life, um, people leaving your life, um, etc. The divine is asking you to understand that through no process are you ever truly alone. And we got the Hierophant coming out and the King of Swords. So there's certain commitments to on the clock. I mean 22, 22. It just changed as I tried to screenshot it. So certain things probably feel either out of your grasp or like you're gonna miss something if you don't reach out, especially if it's regarding a masculine energy, a man, I mean, not a masculine energy, but it feels like if you're a feminine watching, then it feels like you are the one that's wearing the pants in the relationship. So you're kind of cutting off commitments that don't bring your energy in a peaceful state. Also, you are committing yourself or uncovering within yourself the fact that you have been your own father for probably all of your life, um, or almost all of it. And you are now understanding that you are a very strong person with the masculine side balanced. What you're uncovering here is that you are of clear mind. It's like if, because it's coming underneath this broken arrow, it's like if there was somebody that was targeting you, especially with dark forces or magic, you definitely foresaw that. You saw and cut it off because you are committed to higher vibrations, I'm hearing. And there were, yeah, Five of Pentacles, and now that I shuffled, there was, it's like Three of Swords on the bottom, which means you're definitely leaving certain partnerships that don't fulfill you emotionally, mentally, and also drain you financially for some reason. Underneath the stag, we got the Magician next to the Page of Wands. So you are manifesting this exuberant amount of creativity for yourself. Because with the stag, I'm also getting this father representation. So if there's a father that's already on the ethereal side, then it's also an extra confirmation that they are the ones watching over you, telling you to trust and thrive. Trust in your higher forces, trust in your divine guidance, trust in your higher knowledge, trust in that tingling feeling, trust when your body freezes when somebody walks in the room. Trust yourself, because if you don't trust yourself, and I'm speaking to the part of the collective where they don't have their masculine sides very well balanced, you are currently manifesting that balance because the magician has all the tools on the table. It's just this consciousness manifestation potential that comes in with you trusting and understanding that you have all that you need to build the dream life, live your passion, etc. Confirmation, um, in a way that you want to live it. And you are now creating the space and the tools for you to then later on thrive off of. So you are being careful or more careful about your finances. You're being more careful about who you put your emotional investments in. Like who and how do you invest in? Like you're now finally realizing, like at this age, I'm assuming like 25 and up, that you're currently going through certain similar things that I am, where you're understanding the difference between a liability and an asset. Because if you understand that you and your powers and what you bring to the table, whatever it is, in smaller or bigger amounts, it's your assets. And when people take your energy and do not reciprocate it, they are showing up as a liability. So I'm again getting this image of a father from ethers trying to shake you up and be like, hey, girl, sorry if you're a man listening to this, hey, boy, hey, guy. But like, I feel like there's a spirit father that's shaking somebody's shoulders, saying, like, hey, trust in the fact that you will thrive. You're not currently in that state because of this broken arrow, and you are just now coming into a more peaceful part of your life. My mind is already rushing forward to the next message, and I forgot what I wanted to say. um, After this tumultuous, I don't know the word, year or years behind you of broken contracts, broken promises, just broken memories, or just a lot of ups and downs, you are now manifesting a great creative spark of, you're materializing your, it's like, for instance, I'll give you an example. If you're really into herbalism, for instance, or pick your hobby, right? If you're really into herbalism and you would like to get all the names right because you're studying to get an exam to be certified, like that is already in the material. It's there for you to use it. It's there for you to learn and absorb, and it's like nothing can come between you and your thirst for knowledge and wisdom if you have intercepted these arrows that were coming your way. So it means setting boundaries, or um, setting people on the right paths away from you because certain promises were either broken or certain dreams weren't fulfilled. So you have to release a lot. There's a lot to release in expression. So, whatever your hobbies are, or however you feel like you're getting your inner child filled back up, whatever it is that you're doing that is like, yes, this makes me feel so alive. Trust and thrive. It's there for you to feel this way. It's literally there for you to gather up all of that herbalism knowledge and turn it into wisdom, because even though it's not something that you're gonna do at the end of the day, for for instance, getting monetary reciprocation back, it's still gonna be a very fulfilling part of your life, and that knowledge turned into wisdom will be probably transmuted into other areas of your life, where even if you're going to go into computer science or anything, you know, more, for instance, in technology, you're going to understand certain parts of that already from an alchemical perspective, or a spiritual perspective, and you're gonna be able to, for instance, make yourself a manifestation or protection oil or concoction or something. It's like you are the shaman, like you are the father of your life, and you're also this broken arrow that needs to be repaired. I'm getting this depiction with the Page of Wands and the arrows. Like, it's truly about what you are passionate about and how people take that from you. um, because there's a lot of darkness around you. There's a lot of people being stuck in darkness, and you just don't want to be there anymore. And you need to know that you are not alone. You are the medicine mother, yes. Honor your inner knowing. It literally came underneath on the. There's so many animals protecting you in the ethers as spirit animals, you have no idea. And also guardians of the ethers, as well as your father. I'm really sorry if he's of ethereal nature, but it's like this. I feel like you're somebody who's very strong in their convictions, yet you doubt yourself in your capacity. Because if we look at the tarot cards coming underneath this oracles, it's like we have the Hierophant and the King of Swords. It's like you come out with this huge energy of major arcana, you understanding everything because you have such strong intuition and force of nature is literally inside of you in that way. Um, but then you diminish yourself into putting yourself not just one step lower, but like four steps lower just to keep the peace. So you need to embrace the energy of peace within, because I bet that these situations don't bring you peace that you would want. And then in the next pairing of cards, we have the Magician, and the next card explaining the Magician is Page of Wands, which is also, I'm getting this, especially if you're a male watching this, there's this internal struggle. Man, it's like your higher self is already father figure to you, but your 3D self is this Page of Wands, where you just want to have creative projects and just follow your fire and go out into the world and show yourself, express yourself, be creative, be passionate about the things you're passionate about. And it's like we have the Magician with every tool on the table, and then you come out with just the wand. It's just not balanced. So it's because you're not thriving in all of the four or five elements. You come out with ethers, you subdue yourself to air. You come out with the Magician, which is all of the four elements, and you make yourself smaller. You make yourself smaller because you don't trust in the fact that you can also thrive in your creative endeavors, which are completely yours. You need to set a structure. You need to set a structure to not get distracted, apparently. Yes. Sorry for getting distracted. Um, I don't know how to turn off vibration on this phone yet, and I should just put it to work. Yeah. Okay, so it's like you have been through this, what feels like the desert. So emotions not being reciprocated, hard lands, tough situations, Mad Max vibes. Like you are out in the wild, and that could be at your job or just going to the grocery store for you, but it feels like it's Mad Max. It feels like there's a war going on. It feels like you need to survive. And you're just here observing your wand, like, doo, 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 doo. Yes, I have this beautiful wand. But what it seems to me is more like a walking stick than a wand, like an ace of wands or the chosen wand, um, out of the 10 or something like that. It's like without trusting, especially in the fact that you aren't alone, even if you choose a lonely path. Um, I'm getting lilies. Lilies are very important for somebody. White lilies. Um, yeah, it's like you're just this shifting from this explorer, Dora the yeah, okay, you're shifting from being Dora the Explorer explorer to being this like Harry Potter that I'm really not good at this, but it's like that white elk, which is Harry's father in one of the episodes, one of the movies. Um, so it's like there's your father showing up. It can either be your biological father that is in the ethers or like divine father, like big sky daddy, the biggest daddy. Like he's showing you your potential, which of course we're all aware of our potential, right? However, you need to come out with not just the wand. It's not just your passion for herbalism or computer science or music or art or whatever it is that you do or want to do. It's about being mentally prepared, financially prepared, emotionally prepared, and also prepared in your desires. Because if you step out into the world with just your desire, it's going to manifest in projections of the world back being desirous of whatever you're having, which means that if you don't come out with a sword pentacle and a cup next to this wand, it means that people are going to be able to sway you financially, like underpay for your craft or your art or your service, or undergive in emotional reciprocation, like you put in so much work into these cookies and the jars and the finessing, and they're just like, yeah, I'll give you 5 for this jar instead of 10. And you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, it's, I guess it's something, better than nothing. No, you need to stand your ground. You need to stag your ground. You need to be the father that you never had. Even if you have or had a father growing up, there's this sense of being alone in this world and being your own father. And putting that trust into your personal higher self, higher wisdom, divine will, and just, let God type of thing. Because here with the shaman, I got the owl just like screaming back at me, saying, I'm on top of his head. And what she's trying to say is, you have this inner knowing, this wisdom, this just owl vision. You are a lot stronger traversing the darkness than you are the light, which to me represents that there was lack of love being expressed or shown, or just unequally reciprocated or returned. And it has made you put up certain walls because your arrow, so the marks that you've been trying to make have been broken in every direction possible. It's like this owl is coming in to tell you. Also, this shaman is wearing antlers, I swear to God, and bells. So people might be chiming in with their opinions all the time and you don't like it because you are this balanced shaman slash medicine woman. So what I'm getting is you have a really high potential for uncovering a lot deeper secrets within you. But you need to come into internal peace to access them. And as soon as you understand that you are never alone, even when you are lonely, it's good to thrive in that aloneness because it helps you work on trusting the higher forces. And I feel like I'm just chasing my tail here, trying to explain something to somebody that feels like they already know everything, but still do the same thing all the time. Let's see what the shaman is saying. Got the Four of Wands reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed with the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom. So what is probably happening is quarrels at home. Could be also if you have a living father with your father or somebody that's like a trying to be your father. It could also be somebody like your partner or something like that, or your brother or friend. It could be that it's definitely somebody that's blocking your expression. You could be very verbal. I'm not saying like your throat chakra is being like attacked, but it could be any of your centers, any sort of expression. If you feel like you cannot, like you are naturally a confident person, but lately you don't sing or you don't laugh as loud or stuff like that, like your solar plexus is being targeted here. And what I want to say is like not all people are super bad, but trust your intuition here with the High Priestess. Trust in the binary system of good and bad intent towards you because you are the medicine woman, you are the shaman. Doesn't matter if you're a male or female, you are the one that's not alone, even when you are alone. But I'm getting there's somebody here with the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands being reversed. There's somebody, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Yeah, there's somebody that you have had quarrels or fights at home or in a unit that you create together. And especially if you're a fire sign, especially if you're a fire sign lady, like Queen of Wands reversed means um, your confidence being completely depleted. You might even get, instead of compliments, you get called a B word or like, um, she's not jealous, but a Queen of Wands in reverse is like a hurt lioness. She's like a stray cat that nobody fed. They dropped her off, left for DEAD. Um, and you're trying to balance that part of yourself. We're gonna turn the cards upside down because I hate reversals, but I take them when I feel necessary. Um, your higher forces are clearly your intuition and fire, your confidence, your willpower, your assertiveness, your full force, like just whoosh. And that's you, or who you should be, not somebody that's fighting for inner peace and, oh my God, I'm so this and that, I don't know what to do. so untrusting. Um, because like there's been a falling out of a house system, or a, it's either something that happened in the family or in the family house, something like that. It really reminds me of my friend. I love her to death. Hannah, she's a legend. She's an effing legend. I'm sorry, Hannah, but this is a lot. Tell me about the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands, please. Got the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like there's this union of overflowing. It's not even a union. I'm gonna say, even though it's not represented by cards, but it's what I'm getting. It's like there's a choice that you need to make. It's either A, you're gonna be a millionaire, or B, you're gonna be beneath the poverty line asking for scraps your whole life. And you are the one that creates your family, but it's a mind over heart matter. Definitely check your heart space if it needs some um, extra healing before decision making. But we have Princess of Wands coming out in this deck as well. So I feel like if you focus on what's truly emotionally fulfilling for you in creative sense and just follow that, everything that's not meant for you will just fall apart naturally. Um, just would like some more confirmation. Or let's get an oracle. Oh no. I dropped half of my deck on, I hope not the floor. But yeah, we're gonna take hmm, we're gonna take this tarot oracle of the heart here by Colette Baron Reed, I think. It's just a classic. Yeah, we already have cards falling, so we're just gonna take those. I'm not even gonna shuffle because the way these cards shuffle, it's like there's tension. Like I had to like rush, like smash them down. There's something that has resistance. I'm feeling resistance between the things that you want and the things that other people want for you. There's resistance. It's like you're dancing in one square foot or meter, and you're just like, it kind of seems like you're glitching. It feels like you're glitching. Another, oh my god, it's like another high priestess. It's literally the listen card. Number two, high priestess. Okay, so what your intuition is telling you, it's correct. Giving and receiving, yes. Something here is unequal when it comes to what you get. And it's not so much about what you give or are able to give at this point, but it's like you get nothing. We have what is this? I swear to God, these tarot oracles are pissing me off. I still don't know. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm down with the sickness. I still don't know if this is death or what, but I think I'm gonna check because I'm not sure. just to be sure, because they like to decide what's what, and then you never know if it's strength or justice, or if they made something up. Um, 11. Okay, keywords: reflect, accept, decide, clarity, responsibility, and fairness. Okay, I've never read from this book, and I've had this deck since 2018. Swear to God. Sometimes our ego prevents us from seeing events clearly. It's time to detach emotionally from a relationship or situation so that you can step back and reevaluate. Reflect upon how the relationship is working. Is it satisfying? Clearly not. What role do you play in its harmony or disharmony? An honest appraisal is required in order to gain clarity and help you better understand what might need to be done to improve it. So, we are definitely currently having quarrels in our relationships. Things are falling off. Mind you, we are less than a month from the new energetic fire horse year. Whatever you believe in, I'm just gonna tell you the energy that I've been feeling, getting, and everybody else as well. So, we are shedding the final parts. Certain things cannot come into the new world, the new era, the new. And that is, we have here the Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. What we are also detaching from is our darkest fears. For some of you, aloneness is your darkest fear because you haven't transcended lonely versus alone part, and truly being comfortable in not being around so many people all the time. Because this makes me think of my friend as well. It's like so crazy. Shout out to Hannah. But like, it's like when she told me that there's these people around her that like to do crazy spiritual stuff, and they, of course, take either psychedelics or listen to music with sacred geometry. And I've always been like, be careful. Like, a lot of astral channels are being opened, your crowns are being opened, and you're not even aware of the people that are demonic around you. And every time I did a reading for her, I was like yawning viciously, which in later terms translated to there's somebody around you that doesn't like think good about you. And it always showed up. And then a year later, one of her girl friends wanted to be her friend again after she cut her off, after that friend of my friend was a total bitch. And they had irreconcilable differences. And I understand that people like her, fiery and magnetic as she is, my friend, like everybody wants to be around her, everybody wants to steal her energy, everybody wants to take her fire because she has so much, like she's not gonna miss it, right? And then, like, not even a couple of months ago, she's like, there has been this dude that came to me and my guy's place, like their house, and he lit candles. And I was like, if somebody came into my house, apartment, whatever, and lit candles in my space, I would effing kick those candles in their face and tell them to GTFO out of here, because ain't nobody gonna effing light no candles up in my place. But, you know, um, there's certain boundaries that she needed to place, and I'm so proud of her that she did, because her life is definitely moving a lot more in a way where she wants. Like, she is the creator of her storyline, doesn't mean she doesn't need a second like ear, or like a little assistance where she can ask another friend like, what do you think about this? Am I crazy? And I'm like, no, Hannah, your intuition is on point, because I'm like yawning here for 20 minutes while you're talking. So, sometimes we just need that extra push and extra confirmation that it's safe for us to fall on a net that we don't yet see. And I've been through that so many times in my life, and I still, up until last year, had many problems of, oh my God, what's gonna happen if this or that happen? And you, of course, manifest your darkest fears. That's what happens. We think so much of what we don't want to happen that it happens. If we put that much energy into the things that we do want to happen, that would probably happen, right? Because even if we're not aware, we're manifesting every word, every thought spoken, thought of, any word, yours or not. It's like a mantra. So it's really important what kind of thoughts you are speaking to yourself at this point. Also, because we have so many mental cards here as well, I mean, ethereal and windy cards, I'm getting there's probably certain air signs listening to this. So maybe Gemini could be highly significant for somebody, or an Aquarius. I'm not getting the third one so much. Libra. Sorry. Um, there's certain things that you are refusing to see. And I think that is your full and whole power. Imagine that. Imagine you right now, close your eyes and imagine the house you want to live in, your partner on the couch or on the bed next to you. Everything is soft and warm or cold, however you like it. You're doing the things you love. You have a special little corner in your house or apartment where you do the things that you love, or you live next to this beautiful forest that you've always wanted. You have everything. You feel safe. You feel nurtured. You feel abundant. And you're thriving. You're truly and honestly thriving. Doesn't matter what kind of house you imagine or what kind of partner you imagine next to you. It's the feeling that you're imagining. And that feeling is what's being manifested. Because you are a very powerful conduit for your intuition and your thoughts to come into fruition. Maybe that's the part you don't see. It's like this guy's wearing an iron helmet and he's turned away from the sun. And this guy has like moons around. He's like blocked by his emotions in his head. So, with daydreams and decisions, it's again this, it's like a plea from the divine to find your inner peace, to find your inner strength, and for your confidence to not be wavered because of something that happened or keeps happening in a place where you decide to stay for too long. I'll take that mental note. Don't worry about me. And oh my God. It's like Seven of Cups here as well, and Seven of Cups here as well with daydreams and decisions. There's many choices you can make. That's why you need to feel peaceful in aloneness so you can truly reflect here with the detached card, so you can truly reflect on what is it that keeps getting manifested out of fear and anxiety. Because healing begins here. It begins with the clarity of your mind and you being rooted in yourself. What makes you feel truly grounded in yourself is a question I would like for you to answer in the comments if you care about that or not. Or just write it down. Or um, there's this feeling I'm getting like some of you are afraid to be single because certain energies, especially money wise or what's actually around you, like the people that are around you, they're not giving you what you need. They're very slow moving in certain areas and very impatient in other areas, which also makes them like, you know, um, you don't want to have a person around you that's impatient towards your healing process. Again, with the High Priestess, swear to God. Let's shuffle this a little bit. Okay, that's a lot of cards, but I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles had to come out apparently, which means you are, when you are single or if you are single, you are very well taken care of, especially if you're a woman. Like things just come left and right for you pretty much. Even if you don't have suitors or people taking you out, or if you're not in the dating game, if you're single, um, you're somebody that's ve- you're somebody that's a lot more self-assured when single than when in relationships that trigger your darkest fears or feeling like you're confused about something. You hate being confused and fearful, which is most people, but because we don't know when to make peace and break things off and release. I don't know why I'm burping so much. I excuse myself. I will not cut this out because it's like an energetic transmission. But I've released air 3 times and I'm trying to do it super quietly. But I'm getting like there's a lot that needs to be released here from your whole body, pretty much. Let's make it aesthetic. I can hear people saying like, don't whisper, your mic is already low enough. And then ads, if you had any, would be so loud. Okay, Tatiana. Okay, what I was saying. We have the Justice, the King of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Empress. So I feel like there's this level of most highest self-deception you could ever think of. Let's be real. We're a mess, okay? We're a whole mess. But we understand that when we are in this single energy, and nobody cares about me. When you're in this single energy, you are a lot more stable than when you're trying to deja vu. And it feels like it's been, oh my God, it's a deja vu from a dream. I've been here before. Of course I have. This divine scales are being balanced. Let's get back to our safe space. Okay, so the divine has lifted its sword in the first cycle. Or, no, sorry, in the second cycle. And it's like this. If you have more masculine energy than feminine energy, for most of your life. This is going to be a message for you. You are like the father of all. And you're looking at what's right, what's just for others, what is the balanced decision here that I can make. There's a lot of creativity that is screaming to be expressed through you, but you don't care because you're dealing with making things right, making it so that people don't get hurt. It's funny, it's not funny, it's interesting. It's interesting how the Six of Wands fell underneath the stag and the word thrive. But then, here with trusting in the higher forces and Seven of Wands with the Empress, I'm getting this self-deceptive energy. Like you are deceiving yourself that you're not feminine or that you have a suppressed feminine side. You are very feminine in a lot of your expressions. You're just not across the right people that would make you so soft and gracious and receptive towards them. Smoky quartz might be highly significant for you. I'm just gonna pick up the cards that I dropped. I don't know where. Insert elevator music here. Okay, and it's the Five of Swords underneath. So there's this, yeah, it's like you don't want to sacrifice people because of your own peace, but you need to, because the decision is still the one where the heart or the mind decides, and certain things are moving too slow for you. We got the Knight of Pentacles coming out twice, and you're this successful or about to be very successful and abundant person. This card is sticking out. It's like there's a lot of hastiness to run away from something that's emotionally unfulfilling towards something that is. It was literally the Knight of Swords reversed with Eight of Cups and then the Sun. So it's not walking away from a person per se. It's walking away from a way of being not peaceful within, a way of being not thriving within, a way of not tapping and trusting your higher self and what it's being communicated through you to you, and also through that nervous system that's so embedded in you. Trust me, I have a very embedded nervous system. That's why I do this autistic work. Okay, so I guess they wanted to show again. We have the Magician and the Queen of Wands with the Five of Wands and the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Swords reversed with the Queen of Cups. So, yes, with Six of Wands underneath. That's not even gonna show, I bet. But it's like you are the one that manifests your internal light, your confidence, your self-worth, and the people that you are fighting or the internal fight that you have with yourself is very childlike, very. It's like a spoiled child that had everything and still thinks nobody gave them anything and they still want more. That's like, could also be an inner child that never has enough because a part of their energetic body is unbalanced. Not with you, not with the most that I'm speaking with, but for some of you, there could be a conflict of inner child. So, for instance, you grew up without a parent that is of the opposite gender, and there's certain things that you needed to learn on your own. Nobody ever protected you, or nobody ever nurtured you truly. Leave me alone. Nobody ever protected or nurtured you truly, so you develop these self-protective um, tendencies. So what happens is when we get to relationships or, you know, work friendships or stuff like that, there's these internal conflicts of a part of us not growing up to be of regal positioning. Um, Sometimes we need to mother or father ourselves more or less. For instance, I personally am overly and overtly masculine in my natal chart and in my presence, and through my whole life I've I had different survival techniques to, you know, be my own father because I was an unwanted child since conception. Um, so you may be feeling like feelings of feeling unwanted and unloved, and just like you don't fit into any environment, into any family, into any platform. It's just like this. Um, I'm not of this planet and I can't relate type of energy. Um, However, besides that, you are healing a part of yourself with the help of with the help of higher forces, because with lower forces you could never. You're healing. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups upright. So what we're healing here is your coldness towards something, in a way that you react, or the way you cut off people, or the way you isolate yourself from certain people, or just your harshness in general. It's being transmuted into this self nurturing love. It's like rediscovering self love all over again, with the fact of integrating your shadows. I'm holding a piece of smoky Lemurian quartz seed. You're balancing the light and darkness within you. Let's just get one animal card. Oh, sorry, already it fell out. The unicorn. Your third eye is being decalcified. So if you feel throbbing or like pulsing in the middle of your forehead, observe that moment and imagine it's like being like pickaxed. The calcium, it's being pickaxed off of your third eye, it's being decalcified. And you are presenting yourself. Well, it came in out in reverse, but want to read it as that because this is what you are becoming. You already are in your heart space, but you are coming 2 levels above. And because we had so much air release, and we get the moth, it's like be careful of quote unquote flying towards the flame and the story of Icarus. And I'm really bad at this. It's like sometimes people fly too close to you because you are the sun. But currently, you are now retracing steps within yourself and your emotional body, and you're using your intuition. It's like all of these cards are highly intuitive, highly knowledgeable. It's like it feels like a personal reading. Oh my god, that never happened. We got the camel, so, and the oyster. There's a lot of black in these cards. You probably don't see it because it's very dark in here, but so we got, you know, it's like a trinity of darkness. So there could be 3 people around you that are rolling in darkness or dark practices that you are not aware of, like my friend Hannah wasn't for some time. But you know, people grow and learn, and also people don't like black magic being cast upon them. What I'm trying to say is you have the ether with the unicorn, the fire with camel, and water with oyster. So, as I framed this Queen of Swords in reverse and Queen of Cups upright, I'm getting from this new moon to the next full moon, you are uncovering the deepest parts of yourself, your most broken pieces. Every bone, every ligament, every hair on your body is going to be examined in a sense of which parts of me aren't bringing me peace, which parts of me are making me into a harsh, cold reality sometimes, which parts of me. And you're going to go head to toe and examine all of you because you are a creature or a vessel or a being or a light, whatever you identify yourself with. You are a being of great fire. There's either a lot of fire in your chart. You seem like a very well balanced person in all elements, don't get me wrong, but I'm getting strong fire and air, like strong masculine femininity, something like that. Even if you're a male watching, don't get offended by this, but it's like I'm getting Hana, it's so Hana. But it's like you are this camel. And what do camels do? They go through deserts, right? We've spoken on deserts in the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, with the Page of Wands. So you're this camel. You're being used by tourism. Interpret that how you want, okay? You are a fire being, which means you are forged from volcanoes and fire and glass and dragons, you know? You're like fire. But also you carry a lot of water. You're able to retain it in your humps. What I'm getting is you're probably also, because of it, retaining stress. It's like I'm getting like a bit more voluptuous bodies. I'm very underweight, so It's like Renaissance painting. It's like I'm not calling anybody anything, okay? It's just like I'm seeing folds in curvature of the body, you know, and in those folds there is unresolved trauma, unresolved stress. It's like 23:23. It's literally the time right now. Screenshot. um so what I'm getting is from this new moon, which is I think today 19th or tomorrow 20th, I'm not sure, to the next full moon, you're going in reverse to get to your future. It's kind of like Back to the Future vibes. Haven't seen that movie, but it's like time moves on and we think we're moving into the future because it is unknown. What you're doing is backtracking, and that's how you get to your future because nobody ever looks back, but you're the one with the all the elements inside of you and all of the capacity inside of you to be able to turn back and be reasonable about it and find ways within yourself, uncover here with oyster, open up. It's like this oyster shell is like, how are we gonna do this? It's like bursting with like spikes of light. It's like, yes, it's closed, yes, but there's light protruding out of it, and underneath that is the firefly. So by day, or to somebody that is like not of an observant eye, you would seem like a very um, normally overbearing person. But to an observant eye, you are like this vast ocean of knowledge. And you need to be really careful who you share your knowledge with because, yes, we have AI, yes, we have Google, but a lot of people don't know how to integrate something because they never had experiences in integrating tough shit. And you being the tough shelled exterior person, you need to understand that to come into true peace and make your mark in the world is to have that balanced masculine feminine ether because sorry for burping, I haven't it's been like 2 hours since I had my last tangerine and I don't know what's happening, but tangerines could be very important to you. But what I'm getting here is because the unicorn card has the ether and it's kind of like a circle, and then we have fire and water with camel and oyster, and here with the guardian angel, it's like um you can't see, but I can see everything. There's the sun, the moon, and the all-watching eye. So it's like the fire, the water, so yeah, and the ether. So whatever you're up to, it's being highly supported by whoever and whatever is watching over you. And sometimes we just need to have that extra little push from the divine or a conduit of divine knowledge to say you're not just the mother, you're also the father, and you're not just the father, you're also the mother, because you had to be that your whole life. You had to protect yourself your whole life because nobody should or ward off warded off anybody. You had to come to your own conclusions about people, and that probably happened you know, way too late um, than it should. So you're definitely a light being going through darkness currently. Because there's a lot of happiness. There was a dolphin showing here in the deck. I love this dolphin. It's so goofy. I need to show you this goofy ass dolphin. Look at him. He's so goofy. You probably can't see for shit, but I'm sorry. It's so derpy. Yeah, it's like okay, so I picked up this dolphin and hyena. I mean, I picked up the dolphin and the hyena was like in the back. With the half moon. So your process, whenever you're watching this is a timeless reading. The next new moon to the next full moon. So if you're watching this right now in January, it's like today and then the next 2 weeks. um, what I wanted to say is that between the new moon and the full moon is a half moon when it's like right down the middle. That's when people will probably start testing you, laughing at you, mocking you, like when you're halfway through your process of coming out um, in your true self, which means dissolving and resolving all of those harsh places within your body that got hurt, triggered in the past, fears, all the worries, anything, all these darkest fears, anxieties, everything that limits you to not even move in, you got working legs. I assume you're a healthy person. Um, and you can do at least something. Just maybe, for example, I have a hard time doing exercises because I'm super skinny, like, you know, why would I do it for health? Lol. Um, Pretty much. But it's because I'm a 0 or a 100 person, so either always underperform, in example, do absolutely fucking nothing, or on the other hand, overextend and expand myself, resulting in injury, which may be happening to you trying to get through all of this. Yes, you're very feisty. You're a very fiery person, very feisty. Like you're showing teeth here with the panther and the green eyes. Just you're locked in, focused on your truth and your righteousness here. We're just gonna take. This is gonna be a long ass message, yeah. But it's very important. It has so many messages inside. Somebody will definitely get something from this someday. But yes, let's see. Okay, we have the rhino spirit. Overcome any obstacle. You are going to overcome any obstacle because you are being rebuilt with trust and peace. You are surrendering to the simplicity of life. Um, but what does that simplicity truly mean for you? Yeah, tend to the small things and trust the great mystery. I think that's amazing. Tending to small things and trusting in the big mystery. I wrote a channeled message today for a new card for my. I can't even grab it, there's so many. This is my deck, unpublished deck of me. And I was going through this today because I was like, okay, story time. I was like, today I sold an item, a hoodie for €5 on Vinted. If you don't know, that's like a secondhand clothes and um, toys online portal in Europe. So I sold my hoodie, which like I have a lot of clothes to sell. I wish all of them would go in the same day, but I was like super excited and expressing that to my partner. And I was like, it's the little things in life, you know. And then something happened where my enthusiasm wasn't reciprocated, or I felt unheard, or, you know, diminished in energy. So I wrote this channeled card for situations like these. And I wrote, it's the big things in life. Because, okay, I'll just read it to you. I already forgot what I wrote, but I think it will go with this um, energy of tending to small stuff and trusting the great mystery. Okay, so it says, stop self-sabotaging with small-minded thinking. Yes, you are humble, but sometimes too humble. Think big. What is your dream? What makes your heart sing? Be boldly proud of needing less to feel grateful for everything. Your soul is already shining, just one more step towards becoming a whole beacon of light and love. And I think that's my crown is tingling. I love it when synchronicities happen. Like it's there's no such thing as coincidence, you know. But yeah, the first card coming out was Rhino Spirit. She says, it's a very pink and flowery and butterfly and third eye rhino. She says, it's all about a he said, she said bullshit. Overcome any obstacle. And we have two more cards to finish off this reading, this collective, timeless, beautiful message for all of you and me as well, because we're all in this together. Okay, we have the lizard spirit. Oh my god, we had the lizard and the king of wands. And yes, the lizard in another deck here, where we got the oyster and the camel, it represents creativity. So, lizard says, dream the world into being. What did I say? It's just confirmation. I'm not even gonna explain that. It's quite self-explanatory, right? And then our last card, it's wombat spirit. And it's so funny because the numbers, when you add them up, we have 50, 38, and 68. We have 5 and 5 on each side, if I'm not mistaken. 6 plus 8 is 14, and that's 5, yeah, okay. So there's changes going on in your home. You're either moving home or moving your body to come into your home because you are the one taking the steps, being guided through your intuition. You're looking for answers in how to be more at home wherever you are, how to make this whole planet your home. I'm getting called to, I'm just so super excited. I don't know why. We're gonna pull the, it's the fortune cookie papers. At least most of them are. Okay, so we have, your ideas are exciting. Nothing can stop you now. Overcoming every obstacle. Yes, your creative endeavors are the things that you should feel more at home with. What will take you through this unboxing of self. It's like I'm getting this big reveal, like a big makeover or like a big switch up of something. Like you're just gonna surprise people with your decisions. Lucky stars for negotiations. It comes with the lizards. Oh, one fell. Okay. I guess we won't take this one because one already fell for the lizard spirit and I didn't see. New visions create power and self-confidence. Underneath the dream the world into being. Oh my God. No wonder I was so excited. You should be too. Because as we said in the beginning, your visualizations, your words and everything, if you just switch that, like, fake it till you make it. If you just switch that into your wildest dreams and you visualize that house or that job, how it would feel to not wake up every fucking day at 6 or 4 or some ungodly hour, it's focusing on your peace. If you can't visualize, you can write it down first with a question. How do I want my life to look like? And put out every worry, fear, and doubt that ever possessed your body and just dream big. For instance, I want a house, not because I want to own and take care of a house, but I just want enough so I can have a little fireplace, not too big, just something that you can log up and burn. A little water feature, just, bed between three walls with nooks inside, or near the water, or looking at an ocean, or mountain views. Just what I'm trying to say is try to immerse yourself into the vision of who you want to truly become. If it's hard to visualize, you can also like use AI or like print photos of the internet and create vision boards or whatever. But it's best to just come into a meditative state of pure creation. Like you are the dream weaver. So you're going to be the one that creates the routine as well as the outcome of your said dream life, or dream world. Like, how do you want a family to look, and setting an example in communicating differently, or, you know, preparing food if you normally don't, or just making that extra step towards who you actually want to be. Yes. Because these new visions do create power and self-confidence, and you do need to turn that Queen of Wands back upright, which means rebuild your confidence within yourself. And also that mystical independence that you possess, it's yours. You don't have to share that with anybody. Even if they try to pry into your life, like, what are you up to lately? Just don't. They don't care. They just want to know how far behind you they are, because you're not the one that's one fell on the floor. You're not the one that's competing here with anybody. It's other people trying to compete with you, but yeah, you're a fire tornado, so there is no competition. You pretty much you are able to destroy everything in your path to peace if you decide. Because what happens in life is we all just want peace and love. right? But at some points in life, we don't want love, at least not the kind that we're getting. And this, what you call peace, is actually war. In my whole body, my whole nervous system is reacting to your BS. And a simple or a single kiss won't fix that shaking, trembling part within you. Um, yeah, there's too many distractions going on in your life, as in mine. I'm not judging at all. But let's see, the wombat spirit, be at home. He says with the fortune cookie, you will increase your property. So, oh my God, my wings are fluttering. Some of you are actually like either putting down a loan or something, like you're getting your own house. Oh my God. Ah, full body chills. Oh, that was so sweet. Yeah, it's like confirmation. If you were looking for a parcel or a house or just something that you can call home, you will increase your property. If you have been looking for ways to find home within your body, you will increase your property. You will expand and shrink in ways that you want. Because that's your property, and you're able, if you're able to physically move, only you can increase that property. Increase, I mean, not in weight gain or stuff, or muscle gain or stuff like that, but increase um, in the sense of I lost the word. You know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. It's like whatever makes you feel at home, that's what's going to increase in quote unquote property. Like it's like you are reclaiming something back for yourself. It's either peace or there was a fight over a plot of land or something like that, or um, inheritance or something like that. There was something that was super stressful that has forced you to start thinking a bit more out of yourself and your what's your intuition trying to speak to you here. Because I'm sorry, my friend Hannah, I love you to death if I'm like exposing you here, but it's it's like that, you know? It's like there's this perfect house with so much potential and land and history of spirit that like another couple inside of that house is not as fit for that house as this couple that I'm talking about. So if you're in a situation that you're looking for kind of like your home and your peace under the sun, you're getting that. That's what's increasing very quickly with you resolving what your dream is, what and how you're going to come back into self love from all the harshness. It's like very uncon- unconnected yet so interconnected topics that they must be said in the same sentence. Because here with the rhino, I'm getting it's a very feminine picture of rhino. Um, with all these flowers and butterfly imagery. And it's like, again, this medicine woman is coming out through this rhino as well. It's like the feminine parts of you that you have suppressed, or the masculine, depends, just take it as it resonates. The parts, the other half of you that you have been, you know, putting to die, pretty much. I'm sorry if I don't know if YouTube's gonna strike me. Okay. Um, it's like, this is such a feminine. I need to show you this. You know, rhinos in general. Like, you're not gonna see this at all. I don't even know how to use half of my shit. But it's like, it's hard to show. It's very pink and it has all these flowers and like butterfly wings on the side. So it shows me that there's this clunky part of you that is being embraced through femininity, or the other way around. But I'm getting strongly like you're probably a female that is a bit more masculine than feminine, and you're just now changing and shifting and transforming and excited about integrating the other half in you, which was your half all along, you know what I mean? But it's like you had so much focus on what you were good at. I can relate, like, I'm really good at pushing people away and telling them to F off, and that, you know, be assertive in many different ways, protect my ladies when we're out on concerts or, just huge crowded places where I'm willing to throw punches just to protect my girls. But who's gonna protect me, you know? And if I step into my femininity, um, and certain situations they did call for those types of reactions from me where I would, you know, forget that I'm a girl and just protect them from mosh pits because, you know, I'm so rough and tough. I will push people back into the mosh, no problem. But sometimes I really want to feel like a, girly girl and wear pink and not be ashamed of it and wear glitter and eyeshadow and be vulnerable and cry, because those are all the parts of me that I have been suppressing. And you have probably as well, because we got the well coming out here in this deck. What's this called? It's also a new deck. Ethereal Visions, I think. So they have extra cards in this deck, and the well represents your infinite well of creativity and emotion, and it's just like your inner source. And then we got the Knight of Cups, and underneath is the Lovers. That's so sweet. And the King of Pentacles. If you have been having ego battles with an earth sign, feeling weary about it, you're definitely going to reassess your emotional capacities, your shadows, and your light, and come into a great family unit of emotional fulfillment. If you are a fire sign, okay, yeah, maybe. If you're a fire sign or an earth sign, you are being quite defensive when it comes to love because of, like, a lot has been put on you through the years. You could even, if you're older, had like 10 serious relationships that didn't work out and you're still carrying the consequences on your back, on your path, it's time to drop those loads. Especially if you're listening this in January 2026, like you got like less than 30 days, okay? Because you are stepping down from being overburdened in many ways. And that's a choice. Because the lovers, it's not just love, it's choice. It's your choice of lovers, jobs, where you're gonna live, what you're gonna eat, how much you're gonna exercise, etc. So let's see, let's just take one more and then we'll finish. I'm already 1 hour and 35 minutes in, my lordy lordy lord. Yeah, too many cards, too many messages I need to film. I guess I'll do another one. But this is like a huge, huge. Okay. We have the devil coming out, and I'm getting purely Capricorn. So it's this season, right? We are currently in the still in the Capricorn season. And we have the new moon in Aquarius coming up. We are definitely tending more towards our emotional and bodily needs, and in, we're also invested in um, leaving addictions and toxicities and darkness behind. So this is a very, very potent time if you're listening this on time, even though it's a timeless message. But if you're listening in January 2026, the Knight of Wands right now represents to me the burst of energy of the Fire Horse year. And I'm getting, yeah, Queen of Wands. You need to look at yourself long term, for sure. Or if if you're into astrology, check and know your natal chart. um, check where in your natal chart do you have fire signs. And also, you could have like a similar problem with me, as me. Do you have a problem with me? Seven of Cups. You're not sure? Take off that mask. I'll tear it off right off of you, baby. No, I'm joking. But um, okay, enough about me. I get it. It's fine. I hear ya. um, yeah, if you're like me and you have maybe I have a lot of fire and a lot of air and less than 10% of each of earth and water, which makes me struggle a lot. And one of my water sign positions is my Mercury, which, you know, thank God. So I can do this. But do not give up. Do not stay in the wallowing and processing of um, emotional unfulfillments, because the divine is giving you something much greater that will truly emotionally fulfill you. And it's not going to come through our relationship. It's going to come from releasing addictions to people, places, and things, and asking yourself, what would I do? You know, kind of like what would Jesus do, but Or even better for this reading, what would Hannah do? That's a good question. I feel like I'm in the millionaire and I need to call for help, you know. Hey Hannah, what would you do in this situation? She would be like, I would just take my beautiful doggy Bella out and go pick some mushrooms until I'm good, and then eat them until I'm better. I love you to death so much. All of you, everybody listening, everybody tuning in to this random channel. Um, Welcome to Growing with Me. Welcome to Uncovering Intuitive, Not So Secret Secrets with me. Um, if you have made it this far and you're still listening, like actually listening, put hmm, put the red heart in the comments, but not the normal red heart, but the playing cards red heart, and I'll know it's you, that you watched it to this point. Either ways, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring, click the ring bell notification for all notifications so you don't miss any collective readings that I will be posting. Um, Tell me what you thought about this reading. I love some feedback and I love constructive criticism. Uh, that's about it. That's all, folks.